Hello guys and girls, welcome to the Be More podcast. This is Jack Williams and today's episode, guys, is all about proximity. Some of you will be very aware of the power of proximity and who you surround yourself with. Others maybe not so much. Like for me, I never really understood this as a thing until really I started to work more on myself and I started to understand the impact of being around certain types of people and that influence that it would have on me. But all I would say is just find some time, maybe today or whenever you're listening to this podcast, and just be like, who am I spending my time with most at the moment? What impact is that having on me? And am I becoming the average of the people that I'm around? Because I'll tell you now, you will be. You will be becoming the average of, because it's just the way we are as human beings, right? So think to yourself, right, this is my results at the moment. These are the people that I'm hanging around. Maybe what changes do I need to make? And I've actually just got up on my computer now whilst I'm doing this podcast. I've put into Google, and by the way, I'd recommend you guys do this later on or whenever you've got time. Put in proximity is power and then go on images. And you'll find loads of really insightful, interesting quotes. Now, the quotes are so easy to look at and to share or to just post on your Instagram stories or whatever. But something I learned from one of my mentors who has made a massive impact in my life is don't just share quotes, be the quote. So if you see something that you really like the look of, own it, be it, become it. So for example, I can see here, success leaves clues. Proximity is power. Love your family. Choose your peers. Proximity is power. If you can get proximity with people that are the best in the world, things can happen because of all the people they know, the insights they have, and the experiences they have. They can save you a decade of time by one insight. Guys, these are things that have happened in my life, and they've actually changed the whole trajectory of my life, is just by getting around influential people. And we all have the choice to do this, right? It just probably means one thing, which most people will resist, which is you're going to have to become uncomfortable. Because going to meet someone different can be uncomfortable. It was massively for me. Most people don't even understand this, but when they meet me, they're like, so they don't understand when I say I'm actually a very introverted person. I'm a shy person. Like you just ask Robin, she'll tell you, right? My girlfriend will tell you how shy I am. But I understood the power of being around certain people, so I had to develop the courage to go and get into rooms that I knew would help me in my life, that I knew would help me with my goals. I knew that would help me get to my why. I knew that would be the difference maker for me. So I went and done it. I got around more powerful people. As a result, I've become a more powerful person, because it's just the way it is, guys. You become who you hang around, right? Another quote on this Google search: who you spend time with is who you become. Proximity is power. This is from Tony Robbins, guys. So good. So good. So guys, this is going to be a really short podcast today, but it's just going to be an exercise for you to really think to yourself, because I want this podcast to be just about adding value and helping you to, like I spoke about on previous podcasts, we are all setting our own sail in life, right? We're all on our little boat. Have we got a clear destination in mind? Because imagine if you got on a boat and there was no destination. The boat would just hover around. Is it going to arrive anywhere? The chances are it's just going to drift, right? Which is what, unfortunately, most people tend to do. Whereas if you give a boat doesn't move that fast, by the way. But if you give a boat and the driver a destination, it will get there. And it will get there quite quick, right? Because it knows exactly where it's going. And now my task for you this weekend is, have you got a clear destination in mind for where you want to go in your life? Like, what goals do you have? What results do you want to achieve? Is there a certain amount of body weight you want to lose? Or is there a certain physique you want to build? Is there a certain business that you want? Is there a certain lifestyle that you're looking to build? How would you like to live your life? And now, guys, this sounds dreamy, but it's real. This is real talk. When you wake up, what do you want to do? How do you want your house to look? What cars do you want to be driving? What kids do you want? What school do you want your kids to go to? What kind of life do you want your kids to have? What kind of education do you want them to have? How do you want their holidays to be? All these things you can dream up in your own mind, And there you have a destination, because that's where you can think of a lifestyle and be like, that lifestyle is probably going to cost me $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, whatever it costs you, right? Now, is your current income going to give you that? Maybe not, maybe not. If it isn't, what's your plan? What have you got to go and do? What's the resources? What's the people you've got to get around? What are the skills you've got to learn? What are the books you've got to read? What are the meetings you've got to go to? Who are the people you've got to get around regularly? What are the habits you've got to create that lifestyle? Because anything is possible. You can do anything you want to do in this thing that we call life. There just comes two decisions that you've got to make. What am I willing to sacrifice, and what am I willing to do daily? Once you've sorted those things out, you can do anything. You really can do anything. It's just a case of deciding what you want. It's making that decision, and then you've got your destination. And then it's a case of, right, okay, here's my destination. I want to go to this place, which only you can decide what that is. What people can help me get there faster? Because there's a good chance that the current people you're around aren't going to get you there faster if you're not already on your way to that goal, if that makes sense. If you're not in momentum right now and you're not moving closer, if you imagine where your goal is and imagine where you are you moving closer to the goal, or are you kind of drifting? Or are you closing in on the goal? Are you getting closer? Like, imagine if we had, like, I like football, yeah? I love football. And imagine if there's a Premier League game on today and you took the goals away. All the players would be like, what's the point? All the fans would get there and be like, this is outrageous. This is not even fun. This is stupid. They're just going to kick a ball around and do nothing with it. Guys, if you don't have any clear goals, that's the same. It's the same. Are you waking up? Like, I think about people like the best football players, right? The goal scorers, or anyone, the Premier League players. Their whole purpose is to win football matches, to score more goals than the other team, to win matches, to win the league, to win the cups, right? It's to win. They are winners, yeah? Imagine if we took away that whole sense of purpose. They would be lost. And this is where most people are. We live in a society where we have other people tell us what to do. We have a boss who tells us where to be, what to do, what to think. And a family that does the same, and friends that do the same. Whereas, have you decided for yourself? No. I've decided what I want to do, actually. Here's what I want to do. I want to achieve this. This is my goal. And these are just some of the things that, guys, I've had in my life over the last few years. And my only regret, really, is not doing it sooner. Waiting until I'm 24, 25 to actually wake up and go, no, I want to start creating my own life. I want to start designing my own life. Every minute of my day, I want to design it how I want it to be. And that's possible for anyone. But it's not an overnight thing. It's a decision. And it's a case of, like I said, what are you willing to sacrifice and what habits are you willing to implement? Because, guys, in a matter of time, you're going to get to where you want to be. And the biggest life hack for me is getting around people who are where you want to be. That's the key. That's why I'm so blessed and so grateful to be in some of the circles that I'm in. And by the way, I'm not settling at that. I'm always looking to find new circles to help me progress even faster. Because I know the biggest life hack, without a doubt, is the people I hang around. If I start hanging around losers, I'm going to become one. If I start hanging around people who take drugs, I'll be taking drugs. If I start hanging around people that do stupid shit, I'll do stupid shit. Guys, it's just the way it is. Whereas if you hang around winners, hang around leaders, hang around people with goals, hang around people with ambition, hang around people that set a great example, you'll start to sharpen yourself up. You'll start to become like them. You'll start to exercise your imagination, your goals, your thinking, where you want to go in your life. It will start to develop. And guys, this is just the beautiful thing that I've been experiencing over the last few years, having been just drifting, the boat in the water, not knowing where it's going, no destination, just living and just doing stuff, right? Being busy, right? And it wasn't until I started to learn some of this stuff. And I was even listening this morning, guys, when I was in the shower, I was listening to some Jim Rohn, okay? And I do this every day. Go on YouTube, guys, search Jim Rohn, Jim space ROHN. So good, right? I do it every day. I'm in the shower and I'm listening to Jim, and he was just talking wisdom to me, and I was just like, I was still learning from it now, and I've listened to some of these videos I listened to over and over and over and over again, and I was like, oof, that's so powerful. Like Jim Rohn, when he first met his mentor, before he really woke up to all this stuff, he said to him, in the last 90 days, how many books have you read? How many seminars have you been to develop new skills? And all these different questions. And Jim was like, I haven't done any of that. And he goes, well, you have all these reasons for why you're not doing well on a list, a big list of reasons for why you're not doing well. But Jim, you're not on there, and you're the main reason, right? So take responsibility. And I love that type of message. It's so good. It's so to the point. It's so clean. And it's just sometimes what people need to hear, right? So yeah, I hope this has brought some value, guys. As always, please do share this. If you have got value from it on your Instagram, social media, if you can share it with friends and family, I always really appreciate the shares, guys. I appreciate the reviews. And as I've said, my goal is just to add value and just to talk to the Jack 5 years ago, 6 years ago, before I started to learn this stuff. I'll be saying Jack at 18, Jack at 21, mate, go get yourself around winners. Your life will change really quickly. Just go and open your mind to the possibilities of getting around different people, and your life will start to change. So guys, I hope you've got value from that. I'll speak to you soon. Over and out.